Oh, sorry, being recording?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
I said we're rolling.
I thought you said I'm finna roll this.
No.
I'm just being honest. I thought that's what you meant when you said that.
No. Keep rolling. Yeah, I was playing. So yeah, we were playing Halo Infinite because Jedi was like, "Hey, he's been talking about Halo Infinite and playing Fiesta mode, and he can't figure it out." So I'm like, "Dude,
Cause
I'm
he
gonna
been
roll
playing.
out."
He been playing Fiesta on Halo 5 on his stream lately.
Yeah.
We were watching that the other day. No, it was a lot of y'all playing Rivals earlier. Who all was y'all playing with? Because I didn't recognize some of those names, I think.
I didn't recognize one of the names because it was Thoink, Shay, Knives, Trav.
That was Shay's homie?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Because he was like, "Hey, you get that text," and then they pieced out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, and then Thoink left early because we kept losing, and Shay's homie did not know how to use Ultron like that. Which, to be fair, a lot of people don't. But he was like, "Why am I not getting healing? He don't heal like that." And then here's the funny part: the entire time I was in there, since the moment you left, I was on mute, and I did not know it. So
wait, you've been muted the whole time I've been gone?
Muted the whole time, and then when Shay left, I was like, "Why is nobody responding to me?" And I looked down, I'm like, "Oh, because I've been muted this whole time."
So for like 4 or 5 hours, you've just been muted?
No, it was like since you left, I was only up until the point that I noticed. So it was like 2 matches.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I left a long time ago. You got a filter for me or not?
Oh shit, I keep doing that. And then I made myself some mac and cheese. You know, found some noodles, put some feta in there, put some sour cream and some milk, mix it all up, and then put some sriracha. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Okay,
I was telling the guys in the chat.
Okay,
The goose was
playing
like, "That
different
does sound
stuff.
good."
I've only got to try Ultron a little bit, but I can tell you right now, I'm not good with him. And I don't care that I'm not good with him.
Yeah.
Y'all can have Ultron. Y'all can use Ultron all y'all
I'm pretty
want
good with
to.
them.
My next
like
lord is Cloak and Dagger, and my Cloak and Dagger lord is probably happening this week because it's so easy to grind that lord, so I might as well. But I gotta get Psylocke lord before this season is over because I need a DPS lord, and my closest one is Psylocke, who just crossed Centurion. And then I got Moon Knight halfway through Captain, and I got Iron Fist, who made his way up to Captain.
Oh.
So yeah, I gotta get my DPS lords. That's part of my next. That's part of my next grind.
So close with Emma.
Have you been liking Ultron though?
I love it. I love being able to fly, you know. I keep an eye on my drone. And if I just see that 6 of us are in there, I'm just going to buff us real quick because it doesn't hurt to have a shield.
Yes, it's on a 10-second cooldown. And it's not like instant healing.
No.
So it's probably better to preempt it.
And I stay close to whoever has the drone because if you do, it heals over time.
Even the people around you heals over time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So long as you stay within it, yeah. So I always keep it on people that are in multiples. That's why I do so well with him.
Mm-hmm. You know, I can feel the strange buff for the 1 or 2 times that I've actually brought him out. Like I can feel that I'm touching people with my magic, so
Yeah, I've been bringing out Strange in comp as well, and it's been nice, especially if I see a Scarlet Witch. So I'm like, yeah, I'll buff you.
empower that witch.
Always try to get as many team ups as possible. You know.
Empower that witch. So we got a month. I do think that Grandmaster is going to happen again.
Yeah.
Do you think we make the Celestial grind this season?
I don't know.
Are we that good, or do we peak at Grandmaster?
It's crazy to me because last season I got Diamond to Grandmaster in a full day. Like I wasn't even Diamond for a day. And then now I've been Diamond for a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's, you know.
It's interesting.
It's the elo. That's the way the elo works. I was looking at my whole stats, and it was last half season by 1.5 I had gotten to Platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end of 1.5 I had gotten to Grandmaster, and this time I got to Diamond.
Yeah.
And so if the trend continues, then yeah, I should be able to make a Celestial. But if I make just Grandmaster again, that's cool with me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't care too much about Ultron. Ultron don't really matter.
Don't sleep on Ultron. He's pretty dope.
He's fine. You know, I'll pick him up at a certain point and do okay with him, I'm sure. But as far as everybody else is interlocking Ultron, like, y'all can have him. He's y'all's. Enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep playing tank. I'll keep getting my DPSs up. Y'all can be all the strats y'all want this season. I'm chilling.
Welcome to the Cosmic Corner.
With Zolo and Boots, I'm Zolo.
I'm Boots.
And we took a little week off. You know what I'm saying? We did a holiday excursion. You know, had the Black Rose, Hidden Jewels, bonfire. We meant to bring our Zoom up there.
We did.
We didn't. And then we was like, you know what? We don't be vacationing. No way. So why don't we relax for just a minute in time?
I thought it was because we released something else.
That part too.
Yeah.
You know, we've been working on some stuff. We get something. What did we release, Boots?
We released the reboot of Game Chat,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty dope.
Game Chat rebooted. Episode 1 is out now on the Black Rose YouTube page. If you are not a subscriber, you should subscribe and check it out. We've been working on this web series for actually a couple of years, and it's really nice to finally get that first one out, especially with the journey that this show has gone on.
Yeah.
It started as one of our earliest short films. Every time I'm telling this story, I can't remember if I'm telling people, is it the second or third thing that we ever filmed?
It's like the third.
Because
we did LARPing first.
LARPing is first, but I want to say we actually filmed Game Chat second. Because that's when we had a little Naeem hiatus. And that's when we got our camera and started filming Game Chat. But we didn't put out Game Chat until after Uber Pressed. But Uber Pressed we shot with Naeem once he came back. So I think Game Chat was our second shot, third released. Mm-hmm. I think we just swapped up the order. And it was one of my favorite ones. I think it was one of our better ones too, just as far as ideas were concerned.
I liked the LARPing series, not gonna lie.
LARPing's my favorite still.
Yeah.
That LARPing 3 script is kind of just sitting somewhere. I want to do something with that eventually. But we got to get Ellie back in town. Ellie is out in New York getting his film shit cracking. So shout out to Ellie. And then shout out to, of course, Josh, who was a part of both the first LARPing and the original Game Chat run. And so we did Game Chat. We were going to do a sequel. Like, we shot a post-credit that alluded to another episode of Game Chat. And we were going to film this episode of Game Chat, but some of our actors were, like, really turning up in the industry and getting more opportunities that, you know, you can't take them away from those opportunities. It's like, dope. Be great. But then also just the thing that we were doing just kind of didn't launch. And then a few years ago, it was like, time to bring this thing back. And so sat with the Henny Boys and did our very first writer's room. And it was a dope experience to just bring a bunch of people together and try to figure out, hey, what do we want to tell these stories about? So everybody came up with some different storylines or different games they wanted people to play. Like, that's where all the first ideas came. After that meeting, I took all those ideas and kind of created a little breakdown of what the arcs of the characters over a season and 10 episodes could be. We had another writer's room that was really productive. And from that last one, I went to scripting and got the first 6 scripts done. We did a quick read of those just to test the temperature, but it was kind of going in the right way. Although people had some great suggestions for some things that changed, especially the title of episode 2 was one of the earliest things that everybody was like, nah, it need to be this. So I'm excited about that one. But then, yeah, finished the other 4 scripts, revamped the first 6. We did the final table read, all 10. And I still listen to those table reads to this day. Actually thinking about dropping those table reads just so people can hear kind of the evolution of the show from what it was, from script to screen. So I think I'm going to call it. And Boots was there the whole time. Mm-hmm. The whole way. Doing her thing. Especially the graphics. A lot of people have been telling me that the email graphic and the phone refresh graphic and just the way that you have been handling the VFX for this first episode have been really on point. So
yeah, I love those. I put together all of the Xbox graphics too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Boots been showing her ass on the graphics. So reception to that's been good. I gotta get with Swag, and we gotta get filming done for episode 2. The rest of episode 2 has already been filmed. We just got one more scene, and we might be bringing y'all another episode by the end of the month. That's the goal. So that was cool, and that was maybe another reason why we didn't give y'all a pod on Monday. We've been working. We took some time off, but Boots did get her A-list back, and so now we're going back to the theater again. And we saw a movie
Thursday.
What do we see, Boots?
We saw the Phoenician Scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Wes Anderson fan, so I really wanted to see it, and it delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Benicio del Toro is wonderful. He's just, I love that man. And the fact that we haven't seen Wes Anderson and Michael Cera before, like working, because it feels perfect. Like he's perfect.
Michael Cera in that role was so hilarious.
He's perfect for that type of deadpan humor and shit. And little bit of spoilers, not really specific spoilers, but like under meanings of the show or of the movie. Is really just about finding your purpose, honestly.
Give him a synopsis of the plot, though.
So it's like this dude, Zaza, he keeps he's like this huge con man, essentially. He makes all these deals and such, and
he's working on this really big project.
Because he does all this stuff, he gets he has assassination attempts all the time. It starts out with an assassination attempt, and he's like, bro, anything can happen, so before it gets to that point, I need to make an heir, and that heir has to carry out my latest scheme. And he names his daughter as his sole heir. And his daughter is a practicing nun who's going to go and take her vows. And her beliefs kind of go against his, like slavery and famine and such, because he's been responsible for both of those things. And she's like, if we're going to do this, you're going to go without these two things. And essentially, it's a back and forth between this final scheme and also him coming to terms with her and in how she fits in his life and the secrets behind their family.
But the final scheme is all based on this really, really big, really dumb project that he wants. And he's convinced a bunch of different people to invest in this whole entire scheme. But the scheme has a hole in the budget that they call the gap. And what is the gap? The gap is actually everything of his lifestyle. So all of the richness that he is experiencing in life, and a little bit more than that, is the biggest gap in his budget. And the whole point of this last moment is that he is trying to go back to everybody and pretend like he's negotiating with them what they already agreed on. But actually, he's been changing the deal because he's trying to get everybody else to cover the gap. Mm-hmm. And this shit is such a funny, it's so hilarious. Every single situation.
Funny. It's deep. It's
got its own style to it, for sure. It's definitely some Wes Anderson style to it.
But yeah, I still find myself thinking about it because there are just some questions that you sit there and you're like, what is worth it, honestly, when you're living? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to have all these riches, but you're sitting there and you're testing all of your food and wine and water and stuff to see if it's all poisoned?
That shit was his lifestyle was actually crazy. Mm-hmm. But this shit was funny as hell too. Every time he was in a place, he was like, I recognize this assassin. Yeah, this assassin used to work for me. Mm-hmm. It's nah, that shit's
And the whole time he's trying to convince I feel personally safe. And it's like...
That was your favorite catchphrase?
That was.
Yeah, I myself, I feel safe. Yeah. You laughed every time you said that.
Every single time.
For me, it was definitely, I recognize this assassin.
It's
That's too hilarious.
Let's communicate with the hands.
Let's communicate. Yeah. He had his Zaza mannerisms. Yeah, he played a funny character. The hedonist versus the nun philosophy was going crazy. Their relationship and how it was building was actually pretty interesting to see it develop. Mm-hmm. Michael Cera, his whole vibe with him too was interesting to see how it kept developing.
Is this an act? She called it the whole time.
They both did.
She called it the whole time.
They both did. So, nah, that shit was...
It was really good.
That's an A1 movie. Y'all
It
go
was
see.
really good.
Go see that if you're trying to see something different. Definitely a different type of humor. But it's also like a puzzle you kind of trying to break down. And there was some absurd shit about it. It's definitely pretty absurd, but it was also like, I don't know, it was very pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
He breaks the rule of thirds a lot. He breaks a lot of like traditional film techniques. That's why you know a Wes Anderson film when you see it.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I really like about him, and it has made me want to go back and rewatch some of these movies I watched when I was a kid. Like, my example was The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. He always has the interesting, like, word names with Z's and stuff in it.
See, I'm not the only one that's obsessed with, like, Z's and X's. Put them in all my names. For all my characters.
What are some movies that are coming up that we're excited for?
I mean, you know, Superman is right around the corner.
Superman is.
And so is Fantastic Four.
Definitely Fantastic Four. I'm definitely excited for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, James Gunn is going on record to say, hey, you guys, you don't have to fight each other about these movies. There's room for both. We release 2 weeks apart. And I'm going to go see both of the movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure that they're both going to be different levels of fire. Of the two, though, which one do you find yourself being more excited for? You had to pick.
Fantastic Four.
Definitely?
Yeah, because it's my favorite villain.
You did say this on record. Yeah, you did say Galactus is your favorite villain. That's why. And I do think I find myself being... I think at the last time that I asked, it was also whether it was Fantastic Four or Thunderbolts. And I was like, the one that's coming up next is the one. And Thunderbolts was dope. Century was dope. But I feel like this Superman movie is going to be... It's going to change things. I think this Superman movie is really going to change kind of the fabric of the superhero genre. Like, James Gunn is about to really show you how to do it.
And Peacemaker Season 2 is coming out.
When is that dropping?
August?
So after.
Yep.
That means Guy Gardner lives.
And that's when King of the Hill also comes out. The reboot.
A reboot of King of the Hill. That looks interesting.
A lot of things just coming back.
That looks interesting. That's part of how it works, right?
The
revivals.
Cartoon that I was watching that's actually done by one of my favorite artists on Instagram is the second best hospital in the galaxy.
The second best hospital?
That's
the name of the show?
That's the name of the show. It's got Kieran Culkin. It's got Stephanie Sue. Is it Keke Palmer?
Yeah, I love Keke Palmer.
I think it's Keke Palmer.
Smart girl.
No, it's a really good show, and it's done by. I'll have to come back to her name because I'm on this rocket ship.
You're on the rocket ship, yeah. I did rewatch Brave New World now that that's out on streaming finally.
Yeah.
And I stand by that, like, not knowing that the Red Hulk was coming would have really, like... Because they plant enough seeds in the movie that you know he's coming. But to, like, to witness that moment the first time in the cinema is, like... I feel like we need to go back to that. Like, I enjoyed that there was no Sentry in the marketing for Thunderbolts. They did show the Void. They never showed Sentry.
Yeah, we only got like a little bit of Sentry. But I think that means we're going to be seeing something big, you know? Like once we really see Sentry. Doomsday probably. Is he in Doomsday?
He's in Doomsday, yeah.
Yeah.
He's excited about working with Falcon. Dan Ramirez. Because they were on, I want to say, on Top Gun together. Yeah.
Yeah. That's ringing a bell.
Man, it'd be like that. You'd be excited to work with your people.
So.
You'd be excited to work with people that you know you got good energy with. Because I mean, you want to say it, that's what you want. You just want to be with people that you have a good time with. Because you're having a good time, that's the shit that really translates onto the camera.
So, the show's called The Second Best Hospital. The Second Best Hospital in the Galaxy. And then the artist's name is Robin Eisenberg. So, artist from LA. Yes.
Well, yeah, I've been seeing this artist. Yeah. I should watch the show. What's the show about?
It's about two doctors working in a deep space hospital and all the hijinks that come with that. Very Rick and Morty-esque type of
Humor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Humor and hijinks.
Yeah, I would check that out.
It's really pretty. It's really cool.
I would definitely check that out. I'm trying to figure out if there's like more video games on the horizon.
Yes, we were talking about this on the stream today. In July is going to be the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I'm so excited for that.
Okay.
Excited for that.
I'm feeling that.
Let's see what else. Oh, RoboCop was like $7 today, and it's $70 normally. I almost want to go buy it.
You're like, I've bought dumber things for $7.
Exactly.
Definitely be like.
I'm trying to think. It's mostly just like us playing Rivals.
There's nothing around the corner that I'm excited for. I mean, I've also been really enjoying us doing our Valheim run.
Yeah. I've been going back to other games. We just got, the Elder Scrolls Remaster. Remake? No,
Elden Ring Night Rain did come out.
Oblivion.
Oh, the Elder Scrolls, duh. I'm thinking, Oblivion. Yeah, everybody's playing that a lot. I really haven't dived into Oblivion fully yet, so maybe I should do that. But I'm like, no, I feel like there's nothing that's like right around the corner.
Yeah.
Like the summer games.
I can only think of Tony Hawk. I'm definitely getting that. And then the Switch 2 comes out this week on my birthday. So Switch games are going to be coming out. They cost $70 a game.
For Switch games?
Yeah. They're ridiculously expensive.
That's a lot for a Switch game.
Yeah.
What games do we have a multiplayer like that or nothing?
No.
Some do.
It's more like party games.
And Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna play more Stardew on it.
And I have Skyrim too, so.
Yeah. Have you played a lot of Oblivion?
Not recently, no. I'm stuck at a kind of hard place. I got over a hump of it though the other day, so I think the only thing I have to do is beat a boss at the bottom of this cave right now, and then I can go back into town. And then my homie Smop did complete it, and then he lost the save he was working on. He was able to.
That shit's so crazy.
He was able to 100% it, I think. He's like, I'm never touching this game again.
Yeah, he got 100% and then lost his save. It was the craziest shit in the world. But they're like, bro, play Skyrim now or something. Or come play Valheim with us.
Mm-hmm.
Once the server reset, because Valheim is fun. We're about to beat. We did beat the dragon in the mountains.
Yeah, we're in.
So we are officially in the plains now. So we need to start finding more shit about the plains, finding out who the boss in the plains are, getting a bit more of our weapons and armor up to snuff, you know what I'm saying? And then really get back to that game, because there are so many more biomes that we don't even know about. And so many weapons, and like we have to finish a survival game for once. I've been playing survival games with y'all for a minute, and we'll never get to finish. We'll never get to finish. This is the one we gonna finish. Right?
It is.
Yeah, this is the one we gonna finish. Boom. You heard me say it here. So pull up to our village.